Hello friends, and welcome to another episode of the Figure Central. This is actually gonna be, I think, my last video for the 2025 year. So very excited to share this unboxing / review of the Hoshikawa Neco action figure. Let's get to it. Like most figures, it has a little plastic sticker, but it's out. So here are the instructions, giving us a layout of the movement. So we will look at that if I can't figure things out. Promo card. Hoshikawa Neco. So lots of accessories. 3 additional faces. 5 pairs of hands. Well, 6 including the one on the body. Let's look at the accessories first, and then we'll look at the figure afterwards. The transparent stand, extra pieces. Oh yeah, like look, some joints in case one breaks, and I'm assuming these are the eyes. Okay. Yeah, these do not have movable eyes. I do remember that particular line, but they normally give you a lot of faces. The Nana Hoshikawa had so many faces, it's crazy. Alrighty. So first we have, I believe this is a cape, and this is where her little wings attached to. They have a really metallic looking paint job on this, and it looks like they wanted to protect it, so they put some plastics on it. And her hat. And this is transparent, like there's something in there. Oh, look at that. A little flame or something. And then this little broomstick. And what looks to be a staff. Okay, let's look at the figure now. Okay, so this is the 4th phase, and these are the hands that the figure comes with already. They're kind of open hands, but right off the bat, the paint job on this looks phenomenal. This is really good paint job. Love the character design on this. Very, very unique choice of colors, and just love the outfit. Okay, well, let's look at the articulation. So it is The joint is on the top of the neck to the head. There is no separation of the neck to the torso. And there is separation of the upper chest to the abs, but there is no separation of the hips and the abs. Then from there it jumps into the legs. So similar to the snail shell. So let's look at the movement here. So this is left to right, this is forward and back, so not a lot of movement. And the shoulders here. So this is sideways movement here. There's no butterfly, it's just a lot of space in that joint there. So it does allow some movement of the shoulders there. And right out of the box, this was kind of lower like this, so you have to kind of push it up. Okay, so if you do that, it goes pretty high. But if you just do sideways, that's the limit. There is movement here. This is the elbow. That is the limit. You're just gonna get stopped there. The hands, they do have a, this is just a normal ball joint there. And this is the forward. And you see a little bit of the, start to see the inside there. All right, so that's backwards and that's forward, so that's the limitation there. And that's the left and right. All right, let's look at the legs. So that's forward and back. So back, you get a lot. So that's kind of cool. And then let's look at the hip connection here. It's definitely a lot of space because you can quickly see the joints there. And so that space allows this to have more movement. You can do the splits, not full, almost there. But there's, you can clearly see the joints there. A little more than I would like. But you can push it back in there and be able to hide it, so that's good. So it kind of gives you the option to have the legs kind of pop out more. You get more movement, it exposes more of the joints, but you are able to hide them, so that's good. I don't mind it as much now that I know they can do that. All right, let's look at this. So this can spin. The knees, they are double jointed. But once again, because of the choice and the design of the clothing, that is the limit. Cannot go any further than that. And this is the ankle, forward and back, and left and right. And there is a joint in the toe, so that moves there. So that popped out, and actually this already shows. So the previous ones that I've gotten from them, yeah, the eyes, it's a system where you replace that back plate and then you can get a different eye. I'm not a huge fan of it. It's different. Not a lot of figures do that. Put that in there. And let's put it back. They pop right in, no heating necessary. And now let's swap out the hand. And I just pop right out, no issues there. And by the way, this does come off. All right. Well, this pop right in, no issues there either. So the material on this is pretty soft. Not as soft as the Hasuki, but it's pretty close. So that's a plus. Okay, let's do the quick stand test. Can the figure stand on its own? And the answer is yes. The figure is able to stand on its own. So that's great. Okay, a quick size comparison. On the far left, we have Figure Arts Ultraman. Next to him, we have the Spider-Man from Marvel Legends. And then on the right side, we have Noob Saibot from McFarlane, and then Leonardo from NECA. And here's the last size comparison. Next to a Tunshi Studio on the far left, and then Hasuki next to her. And then on the far right, we have Manatee Industries and then Snail Shell. So she is definitely taller than all of these. And it's not just the ears. I mean, she is a little bit taller. We're looking at about 6.5 inches as far as height goes. So she definitely leans taller than the rest of these figures. Alrighty friends, so what are my final thoughts on this action figure? Well, we'll start with the positives. Best thing about this, I think, is the design. I really love what they've done with this. It just looks phenomenal. Beautifully executed in my opinion. Again, it's not perfect. There's definitely some things that I'm going to mention here in a little bit, but overall it just looks great. This was a fun figure to play with, to post, to take photos of. And then you pair that with the excellent paint job that they did on this. It just looks wonderful. Then you add the accessories. The biggest thing that just noteworthy to me was the little broom with the staff and the lantern that she's holding. Those can interconnect, so you can combine them to create different accessories. So whenever a company does that, man, that's top tier for me. You're creating just a dual purpose for the items that normally come with the figure. So that was always a plus. The opportunities kind of happen more with the articulation. And so the clothing design on the wrists and on the thighs, those extra pieces really limit some of the movement. So on the hands, if you notice here, I actually removed them. You're not getting a limitation, but on the thighs, I couldn't remove those pieces. The instructions didn't show that you can do that either. So I imagine they're kind of stuck there. But if somebody knows how to do it without damaging the figure, please leave it in the comments. The other one will be the neck. They gave you an extra neck piece so that the figure can tilt her head back. So the neck is actually separated from the torso. They could have just put an extra ball joint there, called it a day, because then now you can have the character tilt her head back without need of an extra replacement neck. So that was a missed opportunity in my opinion. Lastly is the design in regards to the eyes. I wish that they would move more towards Snail Shell or Hasuki, which is just have the movable eyeballs. The system that they have where you kind of have to remove the plastic from the back. It's a fixed painted eye that only looks in one direction. I'm not a fan of it. I think if they moved in the direction that I just mentioned, they would be killing it. More people would probably be purchasing it because it's more versatile. It's just a better system. Lastly, I did want to say thanks to everybody for following me on this journey of sharing my hobby. This video was started in 2025 and I'm finishing it up here in 2026. And it's only because of your support. So thankful that everybody has come along with me on this. So if you're new to my channel or existing, please like, comment, or share. Haven't subscribed, please hit the subscription notification bell. And if you want to shop for any action figures, consider using the affiliate link at the end of my video or the video description. As always, I thank you and look forward to seeing you on my next video. Take care of yourselves out there and bye-bye.